On behalf of the National Service Scheme Unit of Hiralal Mojumdar Memorial College for Women, Dakshineshwar, I Tithi Saha of Department of Zoology pay homage to our nation's yogic leader Guru Swami Vivekanand on his Jayanti celebrated as National Youth Day across the country. So, today I present to you Swamiji's a class lecture delivered in America reflects the wisdom of our ancient text and the amalgamation of the knowledge of the visionaries before him. He stated the steps of realization. First, come across the qualification required of the aspirants of Janana or wisdom come Shama and Dhamma, which may be taken together. They mean the keeping of the organs in their own centers without allowing them to stray out. I shall explain to you first what the word organ means. Here are the eyes. The eyes are not the organ of vision but only the instrument. Unless the organ also are present, I cannot see, even if I have eyes. But given both the organ and the instrument, unless the mind attaches itself to these two, no vision take place. So, in each act of perception, three things are necessary. First, the internal and the external instruments, and lastly, the mind and the organs. If any of them be absent, then there will be no perceptions. Thus, the mind acts through two agencies, one external and the other internal. When I see things, my mind goes out, become externalized. But suppose I close my eyes and began to think, the mind does not goes out. It is internally active. But in either case, there is activity of organs. When I look at you and speak to you, both the organs and the instrument are active. When I close my eyes and began to think, the organs are active, but not the instruments. Without the activity of these organs, there will be no thought. You will find that none of you can think without some symbol. In the case of the blind man, he can also to think through some figure. The organ of sight and hearing are generally very active. You must bear in mind that by the word organ is meant the nerve center of the brain. The eyes and the ears are only the instruments of seeing and hearing, and the organs are inside. If the organs are destroyed by any means, even if the eyes or the ears be there, we shall not see or hear. So, in order to control the mind, we must first be able to control these organs to restrain the mind from wandering outward or inward and keep the organs in their respective centers is what is meant by the word Shama and Dhamma. Shama consists is not allowing the mind to externalize, and Dhamma in checking the external instruments. Thank you.
It is both a privilege and an honor to speak to you today about one of the most profound and influential philosophical frameworks in Indian thought, Advaita Vedanta, as expounded by the great spiritual leader Swami Vivekananda. I, Pratyusha Shah from the Department of Zoology and National Service Scheme Unit 2 of Hiralal Mazumdar Memorial College for Women, celebrating National Youth Day on Swamiji's Jayanti. Swami Vivekananda, a towering figure in the Indian Renaissance, is renowned for bringing the ancient philosophy of Advaita Vedanta to the global stage. His interpretation of this non dualistic philosophy has left an indelible mark on both Eastern and Western thought. At its core, Advaita Vedanta, which translates to non dualism, asserts that the ultimate reality is a singular, indivisible consciousness known as Brahman. According to this philosophy, the apparent multiplicity and diversity in the world are illusions, Maya, and the individual self, Atman, is not separate from Brahman. The famous Vedic declaration, Tat Tvam Asi, Thou art that, encapsulates this essential unity. Swami Vivekananda's interpretation on Advaita Vedanta was both revolutionary and practical. He took this profound philosophical concept and applied it to everyday life, emphasizing its relevance to personal and social transformation. Vivekananda emphasized the inherent oneness of all beings. He believed that realizing this unity could dissolve social divisions and promote universal brotherhood. He often said each soul is potentially divine, urging people to recognize the divinity within themselves and others. He taught that the realization of one's true nature as the Atman empowers individuals with immense strength. For Vivekananda, Advaita was not just an intellectual exercise, but a source of strength, courage, and self reliance. He urged his followers to arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. One of Vivekananda's most significant contributions to Advaita Vedanta was his focus on practical application. He transformed the abstract metaphysical concepts into a call for selfless service, stating that serving humanity is serving God, as all are manifestations of the same divine reality. Swami Vivekananda's teachings on Advaita Vedanta continue to inspire millions worldwide. His message of the unity of existence resonates in a world that often seems divided by race, religion, and nationality. His call for strength and self reliance encourages individuals to overcome their limitations and realize their true potential. Moreover, his emphasis on service as a spiritual practice has inspired numerous social and charitable initiatives, bridging the gap between spirituality and social action.